country, my metric number is 264431. I will present the introduction. A non-collateral lending is also known as an unsecured loan, which is the loan is availed by evaluating the creditworthiness of a borrower bereft of collateral, and this kind of loan reduces some risk of borrower but give a higher risk for lenders. After that, the non-collateral lending works when applying it. The lenders will check borrowing history of the borrower to find out if that borrower successfully managed to pay off loans in the past. Moreover, the lenders will use a debt-to-income ratio to calculating and evaluate the burden of borrower new loans payment, and it will be relative to the borrower monthly income. Besides that, if the borrower unable to repay the debt, that will give a negative impact on their credits, or the lender can taking a legal action against it. So it is important for the borrower to repay the loan on time, and it will prevent any unwanted things from happening. Next is objectives. The objectives in this study are: first, to study the different types of non-collateral lending, and second, to examine the advantages and disadvantages of non-collateral lending. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aizad, and I'm going to present the brief literature review of the topic, the advantages and the disadvantages of non-collateral loan. So, non-collateral loan is a favorable type of loan among borrowers because they don't have to give away their property such as cars and houses if somehow they defaulted the loan. But taking a non-collateral loan might not be suitable for some people because it has higher fee, higher interest rate, and higher monthly repayment commitment. So if they take the loan and somehow default the loan, it might then impact their credit rating negatively. So in general perspective, to implement or not to implement non-collateral loan in Malaysia has a very long discussion and consideration to take into account. Because it is really important to balance between the ideal application and the reality of financial sector, especially in Malaysia. So I'm going to talk from the SMEs narrative, and this is very important because the fact that this sector contributes the majority of national income in most countries, including Malaysia. So SMEs has a quite big issue in getting loan from the banks, because usually the bank, especially non-collateral loan, because usually bank would require collateral before approving any financing to them. This is because the bank considered SMEs as high-risk client for the fact that usually they don't have much asset yet to be collateralized with. So where should we stand, with the bank or with the borrowers? So in normal situation, for the bank to give a non-collateral loan to the borrowers, the banks would require a good credit rating, transparent financial report, and successful previous transaction with the client. Because rationally, they have still to make a profitable business, right? They have to give dividend to the shareholders, and also they have to make sure that they can run the daily operation smoothly. So the point I'm trying to make here from the beginning of my presentation is we have really to balance between the ideal application of non-collateral in Malaysia and the current reality of financial sector. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, so in this video, I would like to talk about our first objective, which is to study the different type of non-collateral lending. For your information, we have found several types of lending that doesn't require any collateral. However, we just focus on 4 only, which is the first one is personal loan, the second one is peer-to-peer lending, the third one is SME loan, and the lastly is education loan. So the first one is personal loan. So personal loan is a type of lending that is mostly known, and it was unsecured loan that can be taken by any individuals or from any bank institution, because personal loan is mostly offered by any bank in Malaysia and any other country. And the second one is peer-to-peer lending. So peer-to-peer lending is a form of direct lending to any individuals or any business that doesn't require any participating from official financial institution in the deal. And for your information, peer-to-peer lending can be done through online platform that will meet the potential borrowers and the lenders. So the third one is education loan. As a developed country, a quality education of their citizens is important. However, the cost education nowadays is rapidly increasing. Thus, not many people can be able or afford to furthering their studies. Hence, nowadays, there are many banks and financial institutions offering any education loan for the students who is eligible for it. So lastly is small medium enterprise loan, or known as SME loan, which this loan doesn't require any collateral for this kind of entrepreneur to be able to obtain the loan, as the government wants to boost this type of business to be able to expand their business into another level and expanding it to the global. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohd Alif Hakimi bin Muhammad Saadon. My metric number 272661. Okay, the first advantages of non-collateral lending, it can be easier to obtain as no collateral is required. Okay, the second one, it has a flexible repayment schedule, as it allows the borrowers to pay the debt instantly. Okay, the next one is it just takes a short time to process and to make an approval for the loans, such in days. Okay, the third one, it is an alternative, especially for the students, to get their funding for their education supports. Okay, otherwise the lenders cannot seize all of a property until they get a court order when the loan is default. Okay, last but not least, it may help the borrower to develop and improve their credit history. Okay, next, the disadvantages of non-collateral lending. Okay, the first one, it is riskier for the bank lenders, which is it has a higher interest rate for unsecured loan. Okay, the next one, it is more difficult to obtain and can be rejected by the bank lenders when its customer has a low or non-existent credit history. Okay, the last one, the lending is made with the lack of evidence, as it is a no collateral required for this unsecured loan. That's all from me. Thank you.
Have a good day, doctor. My name is Kesyavarthini Muralee, matrix number 269590, and I'll talk about the recommendation. Collateral-free lending may be unsafe for the banks. In this manner, they will have higher integral rates of counterbalance the chance. Be that as it may, there are few things to remain in mind whereas taking non-collateral lending. The first recommendation is to make sure what expenses are related to our advance. The rate of the interest may get so high that we were not prepared to repay the loaning. The length of our time we have reimbursed the loaning can shift from 1, 3 or 5 a long time. The longer we have reimbursed loaning, more often than not implies that our charge per unit goes to be higher. Most loaning have expenses related to them, so it is important for us to know what expenses are related to our advance. We should always remember of all this sometime recently we signed advance exemption. In case we have a great credit and a steady income, non-collateral lending may well be the superior choice. The second recommendation is get in the kind of advance to which we wish to apply. We must continuously, moreover, know what the qualification requirement are for an advance we are increasing for most, which we should know on the off chance that the credit has an application expenses or penalties for paying off the credit early. We should always confirm we have a transparent understanding of the yearly rate, which is APR. This could be the charge per unit, also to the charge that we are charged for borrowing money. The last recommendation is to encompasses a credit notoriety. As long since the borrower encompasses a wonderful credit notoriety, the money-related organization will not have any problems in progressing the sum without requesting for a physical resources as security. However, the borrower must make beyond any doubt that they are reaching to be able to reimburse the number as per the plan, which that is a critical requirement. A non-collateral lending is very advantageous to the commerce proprietor, as they will resolve their prompt prerequisites. As a conclusion, in a nutshell, a non-collateral lending offers a clear and fast way for works that require reserves critically to imbue with unused subsidy. This may be worked to extend the businesses, remodel premises, buy unused hardware, improve stocks or anything. As long as the borrower contains a brilliant credit notoriety, the financial organization will do not have any issues in progressing the amount without requesting a physical resource as security. However, the borrower must make certain that they are reaching to be able to reimburse the sum as per the plan, which there is an urgent require. A non-collateral lending are regularly exceptionally useful to the trade proprietor as they will resolve their quick necessities. The non-collateral lending works when applying it. The loan specialist will check borrowing history of the borrower to look for out if that borrower effectively overseen the paid-off advance inside the past. A non-collateral lending has both advantages and disadvantages in it. As a lender, it is our responsibility to filter out the disadvantages and make use of the advantages as well. That's all from us. Thank you.